So, I'm sure many of you remember how many of us content creators, myself included, have been talking about how Crunchyroll is going to be sold off to Sony. Well, guess what? It's officially happened. And we're going to talk about how this could become a problem for anime in the West, but Crunchyroll is in dire shape. Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have it better tomorrow. So, it is official. Sony has bought up Crunchyroll. Seems that, well, they took that Demon Slayer money, they went and bought it, and, we're going to go into all of it, and we're also going to go into why this could be a very big and serious problem for anime in the West. Let's take a look at this tweet, though, first. Crunchyroll stated, "We are excited to join our peers at Sony and Funimation." Let's see, licking the boots. Licking the boots of the ones who bought them. "There are many questions we can't answer yet, but we're excited by the prospect of this combination." Excited twice, not once, but twice. Now, that just states to me, oh, please don't fire us. Please don't fire us. Because, for all we know, they might get absorbed into Funimation. That's probably a case that might happen. They might last a few months and then poof. And if anybody remembers, Funimation used to have a deal with Crunchyroll, and then they were like, well, Crunchyroll, we don't need you anymore, and then dropped them off. And now it's kind of funny because they went full circle and was like, hey, Crunchyroll, let's buy you up. It's kind of like that. And I want to take a quick little detour for a minute, speaking of Crunchyroll, because this has to relate to that. So, does anybody remember the video I made about a month, 2 months ago, about the whole 8 myths about Ruby on YouTube when Rooster Teeth decided to show they have no intelligence yet again, pulled the idiot card and tried to, create damage control over that? Everybody remember that? Well, I wanted to go over this when they stated, we can also offset any potential lost discoverability via potential distribution deals with third parties like Crunchyroll or others. Yeah, that has aged terribly already. We already knew that this whole thread that they made was just going to age horribly to begin with. Yeah, well, it doesn't look any better, in which we're going to get into them tomorrow on some things that's gone on as well. But Funimation made another statement, which, let's take a look at that. What did they have to say after their announcement and then Funimation coming out with the announcement? Well, Crunchyroll had to say this. It's official. Thanks for the kind words, Funimation. Yeah, you can't have Funimation without FU in it. Just keep that in mind. Just saying. But the thing of it is that Crunchyroll, you should not be excited for this. Reason why I say this is because a lot of them are going to get gone, if not all of them. Because look at it like this, okay? Why did AT&T and Warner Media chop them? Because they were dead weight to them. Because AT&T and Warner Media, they don't care about anime. I mean, that's clearly obvious. And they saw that because of how much debt they had. This amount of money that they'd be getting was too much to pass by. It also might have been because Crunchyroll might not have been pulling in the money that they had been looking for, because AT&T is a very cutthroat company. You don't meet their demands, well, they're going to chop the dead weight. And they saw Crunchyroll as dead weight. I mean, that's why they're chopping right now anyways. That's why the layoffs have been going on, because they're cutting all the dead weight. And they saw Crunchyroll's dead weight. I mean, when you look at it, Crunchyroll has officially been a streaming service since 2006. 3 million subs, as opposed to HBO Max, which has 12 million subs. And HBO Max is seen as a failure. So, chopping them was no issue because they knew that looking at how HBO Max is their main service, well, why would they need more? I mean, just saying. Throwing that point out there. And we're going to take a look at this article by Variety. AT&T inked a deal to sell its Crunchyroll anime business to Sony's Funimation Group for $1.175 billion in cash. The companies announced Funimation, a joint venture between Sony Pictures and Entertainment and Sony Music Entertainment. Japan's Aniplex has been a major rival to Crunchyroll in the global market for Japanese anime fandom. AT&T, looking to reduce its debt load, has been looking for a buyer for Crunchyroll for several months. It's been more than several months. Variety previously reported that AT&T's Warner Media was looking to sell the unit for at least $1 billion. Now, I had also heard it had been less than that, but here's the thing. It's been more than several months, because even before the pandemic, they were trying to sell off Crunchyroll. In fact, that's how long it's been since AT&T has been trying to get rid of Crunchyroll. It has been a while. And, some people are going to say, well, it was the pandemic's fault. That was the whole reason. It was because of the pandemic. No, it was before that. I mean, they were trying to unload Crunchyroll on someone before that. So it was not because of the pandemic. It was even before that. So there was a statement, by the way, that I found kind of funny, actually, in this article from Variety stating, Warner Media Chief Revenue Officer Tony Congalvez commented, Crunchyroll's success is a direct result of the company's culture and commitment to their fans. By combining with Funimation, they will continue to nurture a global community and bring more anime to more people. Oh yeah, basically just press the eject button and launch them to Sony. That's basically what they did. Because they thought the money that they could get for selling them off was more important, because they don't care about entertainment at the end of the day. What AT&T and Warner Media cares about is money. At the end of the day, they're still a company. That's what they're going to care the most about. And of course, Crunchyroll had a statement on their website about this as well, talking about how they've been acquired by Sony, and we're going to get into that. So, Crunchyroll and Funimation Global Group. So, taking a look at what they had to say in this statement from them, stating, well, the news is out. Crunchyroll will be acquired by Sony's Funimation Global Group, pending regulatory approvals and closing. You can find more official information on the press release here. It's an exciting time for anime, and I beg to differ. I beg to differ on that. Very highly, I already disagree on that one for the West. As two brands you know and love, I do not love Funimation. Do not. And Crunchyroll, I have plenty of problems with them. Love is not the word I would use. To unite, our teams and brands have been dedicated to anime and its fans for decades. Are you sure dedicated is the word? Maybe dedicated to messing with anime, because, both Crunchyroll and Funimation, what did they do? They were like, hey, we gotta tell Japan how they can and can't create anime. We gotta make it fit Western standards, because they want to colonialize anime in Japan. We've seen this multiple times, especially with them and the dubs that Funimation does, as well as even their own subs that Funimation's been doing. We've been seeing these issues where they try to change scripts to censor things or insert their own personal agendas. It's been frustrating. People like anime the way it is. They do not want to see it get changed. I mean, why do you think us anime fans fell in love with anime in the first place? Because it's the way it is. Not because some idiots come in here and say, well, we gotta change it to fit the Western standards. Yet nobody wants that. Everybody wants it to be the way it's supposed to be. I mean, seriously. And we've got all the convention badges to prove it. Today is just the beginning. We're excited to embark on this new journey of what? Potentially losing your jobs. Because that's probably what's going to happen. They're probably going to lose their jobs. They're probably going to get merged into Funimation. Wouldn't be surprised, and then lose their jobs. Because, do they really need Crunchyroll at this point? Just asking the question. Crunchyroll has built a world-class brand with a passionate fan base of over 3 million subscribers. Which, over all the years, that they've been here, which... You look at it, 16 years going on 17, 3 million's not a lot. That is not a lot, and they should have a lot more than that. 50 million social followers and 90 million registered users. But see, the thing that really matters the most are the paid members for a company. That's what's going to matter the most. Just because they have 50 million social followers and because they have 90 million registered users, what they're going to look at the most is where the money comes in, which would be the 3 million that is subscribed to them. That's where the money comes in. That's what they're going to look at the most. That's what's going to be the most important to them. These amazing fans have helped to promote anime in a global phenomenon, said Joanne Wage. Now, I probably did butcher that. General manager of Crunchyroll. Okay, see, here's the thing. This is the very same person that was trying to save her job multiple times in articles, trying to prove how relevant she was to AT&T Warner Media, because she's terrified that she's going to lose her job now that Crunchyroll's been sold to Sony. And the thing of it is that she's also the very same person who's been talking about how that they need to colonialize Japan and try to make anime more friendly to the West to fit the Western standards. That's what she's been saying. And she even said that in a Variety article. So, there's that. Combining the strength of the Crunchyroll brand and the expertise of our global team with Funimation is an exciting prospect and a win for the incredible art form of anime. No, it's not. Far from a win. Okay, so let me explain why this is far from a win. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be combined efforts, you could say, that they're going to try to double down on trying to push their agendas, trying to censor anime, and then possibly even banning anime that to them doesn't fit their standards. I mean, we've already seen it with Funimation. They didn't have a problem banning interspecies reviewers, and their whole reason was because it doesn't fit our standards. So if they will do it to one anime, and you have Crunchyroll as well, seeing the way that they have been, well, here's the thing. This is going to be combined efforts to double down on this and make it worse. They're going to really try hard now, and this is why in the West, it's going to be worse for anime, as anime is probably going to be censored. It's going to be like 4Kids was, but worse. It's going to be really bad. I can just guarantee you it's going to get that much worse, Funimation, because they don't have competition anymore. And when you also look at Crunchyroll, that big, beautiful office they were bragging about and everything, yeah, that's going to be gone, I'm sure. They're probably going to have to downsize, because remember, that was AT&T and Warner that got that. So they're probably going to have to lose that mini Tokyo they had, so that's going to be chopped more than likely, especially with how expensive that is. But speaking of that, Sony themselves also, they have their own big, huge upgraded office they're going to be getting as well, it seems. So they're looking at trying to get Cypress Waters. So Funimation seems to, wanting to be boost themselves up a little bit in terms of how they're going to be going around with their offices too. But we got to talk about Funimation because, as I've stated multiple times before, Funimation has been a huge problem for many, many years now. Ever since they've become woke, they've been trying to push their own political nonsense into anime. They've been censoring jokes that aren't even bad, and they're just over here like, oh god, the joke's so bad, it's so bad. And they have to censor it to them. I mean, it's stupid. There's no reason to censor any of this. Also inserting their own agendas, like, how they threw in the word misogyny into like, come on. I mean, seriously, nobody wants to listen to that stuff. That breaks the immersion that they're experiencing when they're watching a series. That's a trigger word that people don't want to hear when they're watching entertainment. Nobody cares to hear that stuff or any political agendas. Not only that, but Funimation has also been known to censor releases of DVDs and Blu-rays. I mean, seriously, you're just upsetting fans even more when you do that. This gives more reason as to why people are just going to sail the high seas for anime, because they're not going to sit around and they're not going to let Funimation do this kind of stuff. They're just going to look at it and they're going to be like, oh, Funimation, bleh. They're going to run off wherever they can to find anime elsewhere because they don't care about it. We can't forget what they also did to interspecies reviewers, not only banning it, but also they tried to hold it from the public to be able to view. I mean, it's ridiculous. So when you look at this with Sony and Funimation getting their hands on Crunchyroll, well, thing is, Sony is censor happy. I mean, we've been seeing this for years as well, how they've been censoring games, putting their own politics into games. I mean, it's been nothing but a trash fire. Nobody likes that. Nobody cares for that stuff. People want anime games as well as anime in general to not be censored, to be the way it's supposed to be. And then, of course, you have Sony and you have Funimation who already want to change it, who want to alter it. And now Crunchyroll, who has been doing the same thing, who want to alter it as well. Well, now they're joining the Funimation bunch. Yeah, so it looks like for the West, it's going to get a lot worse for anime. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels. So make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like, and also be sure to share the video on social media. Spread the word and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released, as well as any other upcoming events in the near future. So be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow can always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.